It, secure it. That is the motto for National Cybersecurity Month this month. Our own cybersecurity expert Dave Hatter is with us this morning with the efforts being made from the government all the way down to Americans to protect ourselves, our data, our information. Dave, good to see you.
Good to see you, Sheila.
So let's start out with just some of the numbers for the frequency and the cost of some of these problems.
It's pretty crazy. You know, there's all kinds of studies and sometimes they conflict, but there's some well-known organizations out there that put out some pretty credible information. For example, the University of Maryland recently did a study and they found that attacks occur about every 39 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, that hits about one in 3 Americans every year. So I mean, these things are ongoing and a lot of it's automated, and I don't think people really get that this isn't some guy in a hoodie in his mom's basement thinking,
right.
I'm gonna break into Sheila's account today. They have very automated systems, and it
could be a whole country that's paying for this.
Could be a whole country. Iran, North Korea. Yeah, there's a lot of organizations out there, as well as organized crime, that are making ridiculous amounts of money. So ransomware has increased a lot, up about 184%. Probably people have seen the stories about like several cities in Florida getting hit with this.
Yeah, hospitals and banks.
Yeah, so businesses are being shut down, organizations are being shut down unless they pay the ransom. The ransom costs on average have increased to about $36,000.
Wow.
And again, criminals are making a lot of money, and many of them are somewhere where they can't be prosecuted. So there's a lot of money behind this.
And when it comes to us as individuals, there are all these different places we can be targeted, whether it's our email, it's at the doctor's office, our phones.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of these attacks still come via email, and many of the problems are due to human error because a lot of people, frankly, don't understand this stuff, and they don't want to, and I get that, right? I mean, you don't want to have to worry about all this, you just want to do what you want to do.
Right.
But the bad guys take advantage of that, so the more you can learn about how to protect yourself, whether it's trying to minimize the footprint of information you give to someone like it. I mean, obviously you need to share the medical information with a doctor, and bad guys really want that because it's valuable to them. But anything that you don't have to share, you really shouldn't share it because you can never be sure someone's systems are secure and they're going to protect your data.
What do you mean by taking a zero trust stance?
So zero trust is a relatively new term in the whole information technology security space, and it really boils down to you can't trust anything.
Don't trust that email with the link.
Exactly. You have to verify
that text message.
Everything. That's exactly right, Sheila. Don't just assume anything you get is legitimate. You have to either just discard it out of hand, or if you think it could be legitimate and you feel like there's something you need to do, then you need to take some kind of out-of-band method to verify that. Pick up the phone and call the organization that it came from. Don't use the numbers in the email or the text. Figure out, how to get a real legitimate number for that organization. Call them, text them, do something that's completely outside of whatever you got, because anything and everything in a text or an email could be fake, and frequently is.
So there are all kinds of resources that people can use. Where can people go and log on right now if they want to get some help?
Well, so National Cybersecurity Awareness Month is an initiative between a lot of private businesses and the government. They have a ton of great resources. So if you just go to their website, they've got lots of tips and tricks and things you can do that will protect you. The FTC, the FBI. There's a lot of resources from credible sources out there that you can get for free. And then, of course, there's plenty of businesses out there that are happy to help. But there's some simple things you can do. We've talked about it before. Multi-factor authentication. Turn it on. Use a VPN. Don't use public Wi-Fi. Make sure you have some kind of antivirus / anti-malware software on your computer and keep it updated.
And and there's so much more that people can do, but just go to that website and we'll put the link to it on this interview when we put this online. Dave, thanks so much.
My pleasure, Sheila. Thanks.